You are watching KAVU 25 News Now weekends at 5:30.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I am Amaya Norman. A fire at a local RV park destroyed a mobile home and burned many of the belongings inside. 25 News Now reporter Trenton Whiting stopped by to find out more on the story. Trenton.
Thank you, Amaya. The fire was long gone by the time I arrived on the scene, but the devastation was clear. Responders reported the scene at around 7 this morning, putting out a fire that started inside the home before engulfing the outside. The mobile home was almost entirely charred, but there were no reported injuries. Neighbors near the scene said that the owner, who we've yet to confirm, may have used a water hose to initially fight the flames enough to gather the keys to his truck and move it clear of the flames. In the hot and dry conditions we've seen recently, grass and structure fires such as this one are a big concern. We've reached out to the Victoria Fire Department and the Fire Marshal's office for details on a potential cause for the fire. Amaya, back to you.
Thank you, Trenton. Victoria County early voting is nearing the end of its 7th straight day. The historic turnout include over 1,700 voters on Saturday. The Patty Dawson Public Health Center will be open for the next 5 days from 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening. The last day to early voting is on Friday, November 1st. That will lead us to our viewer poll for today. Do you feel early voting is an opportunity or sufficient in your area? Yes or no? We want to hear from you. You come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. We'll have the latest results on 25 News Now at 10. More high-earning households are living paycheck to paycheck. The Bank of America released a report that says about a fifth of U.S. households that earn more than $150,000 a year in that situation. The bank says inflation, pricey mortgage and big utility bills are strengthening family budgets thin, even for higher earners. The analyst says some households might find relief as the inflation rate drop and kids age out of child care. Time to talk weather on this Sunday night. Let's check in with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining to see what's the rest of your week will look like. Trey?
Yes, Amaya, very sunny skies on the outside currently. It has been that way all weekend. Pretty nice weather out there. 89 degrees currently on the outside in Victoria. Feels like 90 degrees with a little bit of humidity factor in. The humidity is still pretty low, 43%. 10-mile visibilities. A little bit of fog early this morning and again tomorrow morning. Let's take a review of the day, why don't we? 91 degrees was the high temperature for the day. Low 63 degrees, above normal for a low, above normal for a high. But temperature is not changing too much, but the rain chances will be on the increase. Yay about that. When will that be exactly? I'll let you know coming up later in the full forecast. Amaya?
Thank you, Trey. This morning, new development emerged in a trial of Richard Allen, the man accused of brutally murdering of two Delphi, Indiana teens, 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby Garman.
This morning, new details in the trial of Richard Allen, the man accused of the brutal murders of two Delphi, Indiana teens, 13-year-old Abby Williams and her friend 14-year-old Libby German. Indiana State Police Lieutenant Jerry Holman, the officer who interviewed Allen, returning to the stand to recall that 2022 interrogation. Holman telling the jury he recalled questioning Allen about the unspent cartridge found near the girls' bodies, a key piece of evidence in the case, saying Allen told him, "There's no way that round cycled through my gun. I don't know how it got there." Holman also testifying that Allen's demeanor during the interview became increasingly agitated, adding Allen continued to deny involvement in the murders despite being asked 20 to 25 times. At one point, the officer said he told Allen he believed he was a good man. Allen allegedly responding, saying, "What kind of good person would kill two girls?" The defense cross-examining Holman, questioning his interrogation methods, even raising issues with the evidence gathering at the crime scene. Holman stating mistakes were made. Allen has pleaded not guilty to murder. So far, the jury has heard testimony from 25 of the prosecution's witnesses. The prosecutors also showing jurors 42 pictures of the crime scene where Abby's and Libby's bodies were discovered. The girls were found on Valentine's Day 2017, a day after they had set out for a hike on the Monon High Bridge Trail.
Dozens of veterans were displaced by a large fire that broke out Saturday night in downtown Indianapolis building. The Helping Veterans and Families facility, housing at least 50 residents across 39 units, was fully engulfed when fire crews arrived around 10 p.m. The blaze was escalated to 2 alarms as part of the structure collapse. While 46 residents have been located, it's unclear if others were home. 3 people were hospitalized with minor injuries, but no firefighters were injured. The Beaverton, Oregon School District is asking Texas Republican Senate Ted Cruz to remove 2 of his YouTube campaign's ads about transgender students in sports. The ads feature 2 Oregon's high school athletes who were biologically females and identified as such. Let's take a look.
Colin Allred is pushing an extreme liberal vision for America. Boys and girls locker rooms, boys and girls bathrooms, boys and girls sports, and he's just getting started.
8 seconds into one of the ads, you see a student wearing a Westview High School sweatshirt, and the words boys and girls sports flash across the screen. The campaign ads for the Texas Senate seat were an attack on Cruz's opponent, Colin Allred, and a bill that he voted against in the Texas legislature. But that context is not clear when you see these students. There is small text on the bottom of the screen naming the bill, but the larger text suggests at least one of these athletes is transgender. In a letter sent to the Cruz's campaign staff, a Beaverton School District representative wrote, "Please know that both of these athletes were born female and identify as female. They are not transgender. It is alarming that your campaign would produce, distribute, and promote an ad with false information, especially with minor children involved." While the Cruz campaign turned down a request for an on-camera interview, they did answer questions via email. When I asked why they used that photo, a staffer said in a statement, "The picture features a female athlete who spoke out against boys playing in girls' sports after participating in a track meet where a biological male beat female athletes." When I asked if they believed it was deceptive or inappropriate to show 2 biologically female athletes while talking about transgender athletes, the spokesperson said, "The ad shows a girl walking with a gym bag, the outside of a woman's bathroom, and a woman's medal presentation to show safe spaces for girls that Allred has voted to violate."
A week after death row inmate Robert Robertson was set to die, the extraordinary quest to save his life has Mumford into a pending political battle between a group of Texas House lawmakers and the state-leading Republicans as they trade bitter accusations and push conflicting narratives around his guilt or like innocent. To read this full article, please visit our website, crossroadstoday.com. There are several county's commissioners court meeting in the Crossroads this week. Each meeting is tomorrow. At various times, Victoria-Lavaca County have their meeting at 10 in the morning. DeWitt County holds their meeting at 9 a.m. Goliad County is at 5 p.m. Each address to these meetings is listed on the screen. A significant election case is headed to the Supreme Court after a federal appeals court declined to reinstate a Virginia program aimed to purging non-citizens from voters' roll. The Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeal decisions follow a federal judge order to restore the registration of about 1,600 individuals removed for suspected non-citizenship. The judge ruled that the purge violated federal laws, which prohibited systematic voter rolls removed within 90 days of federal election. Although individuals registered can still be reviewed, this ruling comes after a similar Justice Department Victoria against victories against Alabama purge programs. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 10. Trump prepared for a rally in his hometown at Madison Square Garden.
Nice and sunny today, but the temperature is still on the hot side. It's currently near 90 degrees just about everywhere you go, low 80s along the immediate coast with the sea breeze effect down there. Any rain chances for us? Yes, in time. We'll give you the details coming up in the forecast.
Israeli emergency service reports at least 1 death and 33 injured after a truck hit a bus stop north of Tel Aviv. Police say the truck collided with a bus as it was dropping off passengers, and they are treating the incident as a deliberate attack. Witnesses reportedly killed the driver. Victims were taken to 4 nearby hospitals, with 6 in serious conditions. Some victims were trapped under the truck, and emergency service are treating additional wounded on site. Thousands of people are waiting in line in New York City today to get into former President Donald Trump tonight at Madison Square Garden. Along with the former president, the list of speakers who will take the stage included vice presidential candidate Sen J.D. Vance, House Speaker Mike Johnson, mega donor Elon Musk, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, Tucker Carlson, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The doors open at noon, with the program expected to begin at 5 p.m. Vice President Kamala Harris took part in a panel discussion today with a group of black men at Philly Cuts Barbershop in West Philadelphia. Harris spoke with the group about a range of topics, including the need to retain more black male teachers and issues with student loan debt.
And you know, the statistics are, if a black child has a black teacher by the end of 3rd grade, they're like 13% more likely to go to college. To succeed. Wow. But to go to college even. If they have had 2 black teachers by the end of 3rd grade, something like 30% more likely. And you know, part of actually my focus and agenda is what we've got to do to create incentives, which really are not necessarily incentives in terms of the will, but also we don't pay teachers enough. Right. Student loan debt is an issue, you know, and thinking about how we create incentives to actually recruit and retain more black men as teachers, because we know the benefit to overall society, and in particular to our children.
President Joe Biden is making the tragic anniversary of the Pittsburgh Tree of Life Synagogue massacre. The 2018 attack, which killed 11 people, is the deadliest act of the anti-Semitic in U.S. history. 6 people were wounded in the shooting. In a statement Sunday, the White House praised the community resilience and courage to, quote, turn pain into purpose. Biden also condemned the rise in anti-Semitic violence in the U.S. and around the world. The statement noted that a new museum focusing on the history of anti-Semitic will soon be built at the synagogue site. For more on today's news stories, come to CrossroadsToday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Estrone will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. You can submit a local military hero so we can recognize them.
And coming up tonight by about midnight or so, the feel-like temperature will be near 70 degrees. Some 60s from Victoria northward, so pretty comfortable in the overnight. Notice the winds off the Gulf of Mexico, keeping the humidity in. Does that mean rain chances for us? Yes, it will, eventually. Give the details coming up after the break. Good evening, everyone. Trey Mining here. Let's take a look at the temperatures. Starting off in the 60s, coming up by midnight or so. In the mid-60s or so, the feel-like temperatures by later on this evening. Another hot day for your day on Monday, 2 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the low to mid-90s feel-like temperature. So still on the hot side out there with increasing humidity. As you see, the winds off the Gulf of Mexico, that's what the little arrows represent. Getting the humidity higher, which means tropical moisture in the air, and that eventually will mean some rainfall chances around here. Just hang on, we'll get to that here momentarily. Satellite radar composite, high pressure dominates the state's weather, keeping us on the dry side. Hard pressed to find any cloud cover whatsoever. So keeping it pretty nice overall. Hot temperatures, yes, but things changing down the road as we'll see here momentarily. Kind of looking at the coast here, some rainfall way out here in the Gulf of Mexico. Trying to make its way toward us, but it's being blocked by the high pressure ridge. So no rain anticipated for us, at least for the time being. Now this front here, that is a weak stationary front's been up there the last couple of days. You'll finally get a little bit more of a push toward the our area coming up by the middle and latter part of the week, which will combine with this tropical moisture of our region that's beginning to build up now, give us some rain chances coming up by about Thursday, Friday into the weekend. So looking forward to that, because this stationary front will be pretty much not moving too much even when it gets down to our region here. So we'll get the rain chances in place by that time. So we're looking forward to that, which will definitely be a plus for us. We're so dry, continuing with that. And in the tropics, no name systems anywhere in the whole tropical Atlantic basin. Don't have to worry about that. But this area here in the northwestern Caribbean Sea has been active for quite a while, especially the last couple of months here, and maybe some more development potentially. For the first week in November, we'll keep watching it, of course, and see what happens there. But likely it'll be weak, whatever it is. We'll keep watching and let you know what does get developed, if anything at all. And future clouds and rainfall around here, keeping that pretty much on the minimum side for us here. Sunny skies during the day. A little bit of patchy fog again tomorrow morning, so keep that in mind as you're traveling early by about sunrise or so, lifting by about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, so be careful out there driving. Cuero, see some patchy fog early, otherwise sunny skies throughout the day. A few high clouds, that's about it. Highs just shy of 90 by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And looking at Port Lavaca, well, sunny skies as well. Could be some more morning fog again by about 8 or 9 o'clock. Noontime, 84 degrees, mid to upper 80s by 3 o'clock in the afternoon with a light breeze off the Gulf. Victoria, sunny skies, a few high clouds from time to time, a piece of patchy fog early in the morning time as well. So keep that in mind as you're driving around. Be careful out there, take it slow, low headlight beams please. And looking ahead for your Monday, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures near 90 degrees, just shy of that. Isolated rain shower chances. The front gets closer to us coming up by Halloween into the first couple of days of November and give us rain chances by then. With something we need, a good 50% chances, at least for half that period, with high temperatures in the 80s or so, lows in the 70s. That front not make its way all the way through, so not giving us any cooling behind the frontal zone. But it will be close enough to give us rainfall chances, something we need around here. So keep in mind with that. We'll give you a better outlook as you get closer in time. Otherwise, looking nice for you Monday with hot temperatures near 90 degrees with plentiful sunshine. Take a look at this right here. This is the QR code. Get your smartphone, scan the code. You see right there on your screen. That'll take you to a web page. You can download our app, News, Weather, and Sports at your fingertips. Very easy, convenient, and it's free of charge to be connected with us. We got Ray over there with the sports.
Thank you, Trey. The Week 10 AP College Football poll is out now. See where both Texas teams are, and we got some NBA to talk about. So join us for that and more in sports. The state of Texas has been represented well this week in college football. Texas A&M continues to prove to the nation that they are here to stay and that these wins aren't flukes. Let's take you back to last night. A&M taking on the favorite LSU Tigers. Aggies offense came to life in the second half after being down 10, and Nusi Meyer underthrows, which leads to an interception from B.J. Mays. This play right here is what turned things around as the Aggies rushing offense sparked everything. And the rushing offense was on display as the second-string QB Amari Daniels rushes it in for a touchdown that takes the lead in this game. Amari Daniels led the team in rushing with 91 yards, and Le'Veon Moss had 83 rushing yards to 2 touchdowns. The Aggies win it, final score 38-23. And with yesterday's victory against LSU, Texas A&M has now entered the top 10. Remember, for week 9, LSU was number 8 to LSU's number 14. This win also means that A&M is still number 1 in the SEC conference, just below Georgia. A conference championship game is seeming more likely as we approach the conclusion of college football. Which brings me to your viewer poll today. The next 3 games for the Aggies look winnable. These opponents aren't ranked. The Bedlam showdown against Texas is the one anomaly. But do you think Texas A&M will make it to the SEC? Please let me know. Drop your answers later on for tonight's newscast. This game could possibly be against Georgia. But let's talk about the other Texas team who hasn't had the best of luck in regards to the AP poll. Texas taking on Vanderbilt on the road. Vanderbilt has been a team that's been pulling off upsets over the season and looked to be the case yesterday. Vandy QB Diego Pavia scrambled for what seemed to be a 1st and goal, but he broke the plank and pulled off an 18-yard touchdown. But Texas was able to bounce back with a play of their own as Ewers finds Golden along the end zone for a Texas touchdown. Texas went on to win the game through the skin of their teeth. Final score 27-24. And on to the pros. The Houston Texans hosting the Indiana Colts today. The Colts start off strong in this play. Both teams tied with a field goal apiece. Anthony Richardson relaxes and steps up in the pocket, to which he finds Josh Downs for a 69-yard touchdown. Colts take the lead 10-3. The Texans answer back early in the second quarter, 1st and 10, and you see Joe Mixon, he receives the handoff, and he follows through the gap and heads upfield for a Texan touchdown. Texans escape with a close victory as well. Final score, 23-20. And the NBA is back in full swing, and last night featured the San Antonio Spurs against the Houston Rockets. And Victor Wembanyama with 3 defenders surrounding him as he dunks it. His feet barely left the ground, so that even considered a dunk. But Wemby take another leap this year. He finished with 29 points and 7 rebounds and 1 assist. Chris Paul, he got recently acquired over the offseason, a guy responsible for a lot of those looks that Wemby received, finished with 9 assists. Rockets' Jalen Green had 29 points, and Fred VanVleet was the Rockets' second leading scorer with 18 points. The Spurs would edge out the Rockets' final score, 109-106. And that does it for your sports. Amaya?
Thank you so much, Ray, with the sports. Stay with us. Coming up, Halloween candy spending expected to hit $3.5 billion, revealing regional favorites. invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Halloween candy spending is expected to reach $3.5 billion this year, according to the National Retail Federation. Wondering which candy is most popular in your area? CandyStore.com has the scoop. In Florida, Reese's Cups are #1. Wow. While California favorites M&M's, and the East Coast, New Jersey, love Tootsie Pops, and New York prefers Sour Patch Kids. Interestingly, both Maryland and Utah are big fans of candy corn. Wow. Well,
and looks like Texas is Sour Patch Kids too, according to that
yes,
map.
it is Sour Patch. I'm a Reese's girly though.
I like Reese's.
I'm in the. You like Reese's?
I love Reese's.
Do you have a favorite candy, Ray?
Kit Kat.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Well, same
That's
thing.
good too.
Same thing.
That's good too.
Yeah, it is. Reese's, candy, Kit Kat. So how's the weather, Trey?
Let's see. Don't leave the candy outside and melt in the heat.
Oh, yes.
So avoid that because you want to eat the candy now. Let's see it melt. All right, sunny skies with a few clouds in the afternoon. Could be some early morning fog again tomorrow morning, so be careful early. And taking this through the rest of the week, increasing rain chances just in time for Halloween and the first few days of November. High temperatures still in the 80s, near 90 degrees, especially the first half of the week, and lows in the 70s. So more humid conditions, but finally some decent rainfall chances toward the end of the week. Yay about that.
Yeah, rain for rain. I'm ready for rain because it's kind of hot, very much hot now to
It's
say that
extremely
we're
dry,
extremely dry to say that we're near weather, but it's still dry and hot around here.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
So, yeah, so y'all watch out for your babies. Make sure you don't leave candy in the car nor your kids, and watch out for your pets as well as we are in this weather exchange. So thank you for joining us, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Have a great week.